Talking to the coaches the last couple of days and other players, like it's going to be really good film for us to really deep dive into the summer because we did a lot this cycle of spring ball with installing and just making tweaks and changes to some plays and just trying out and experimenting with new stuff. So it's going to be really good film to dive into and just for me personally, like connecting with tight ends, receivers, and running backs, and really deep diving into routes and that sort of thing. And I think we did a really good job of that throughout this the spring cycle, like meeting together. But now that we have all this time and not really preparing for practices right away, it'll be nice to just sit back and watch and just talk through a lot of different things.
What about the progress you made with the receivers throughout the spring, and can you talk about continuing that?
Yeah,
I assume it's huge for you guys in the summer.
Yeah, like you said, it's like this is a huge time of year for us as our offense, especially skill-wise. Like this is the time where we installed like all the stuff that we did throughout spring, and now we can again peel it back, watch it, and then go out and run it. So we have a ton of time to really get better at this because we'll obviously some classes and some workouts, but we'll be able to spend a lot of time together throwing, and we already have that stuff mapped out with the strength staff. So we're making it as efficient as possible and also getting the most work out of it as we can. But yeah, the receivers have taken a huge step forward for us this spring. I think that room has taken a lot of improvements. We have a lot of old guys in that room now, and they've taken the next step in their progressions. And you saw it today. We have a lot of exciting youth in that room. So that room has really taken a step forward, and it's going to be a huge summer for them, and I know they're ready to work.
With Devontae today, you had him open on that deep pass, kind of missed him a little bit. But do you think that is kind of a glimpse into what you can do this year with him when you guys connect on that chemistry?
Yeah, for sure. Again, it's all about chemistry, and I definitely could have give him a shot because he's a really good contested catcher for us. It will just be good film to watch. But with him specifically, like he's done a lot of really good things for us throughout this spring and winter cycle. And I think one thing about him is he's just all about work. He'll come in, doesn't say a lot. He's really fun to be around, but he's all about work and getting better. So that's been really cool to see. He's earned the respect of all the teammates in the building and also the coaching staff, just the way he carries himself.
Drew, what kind of chess piece is he though? In the way that he's able to get off the line of scrimmage and the speed and everything else.
I think with him specifically, again, like you can use him a lot of different ways. I think we saw it today, a couple jet sweeps, a couple quick passes, and obviously a couple shots to him. But I think that goes for really all the receivers in that room. I think the cool thing about where we're at in that room right now is we are doing so much just swapping. We have Liam, Kyron, and Devontae today, who I was mainly running with, like switching between H, X, and Z the whole time. So, that room is very diverse, and we're able to really play to their strengths and create explosive plays with that group.
Now the spring ball is over, there's two guys that's been battling behind you this whole time, Ethan and Jackson. Obviously, they're pushing you, but what have you seen from them this spring as they compete for that number 2 job?
Yeah, both very competitive. Like you said, they're not only pushing each other, but pushing me as well. But I think we have a really special quarterback room in the sense that we all get along. Danny and Trace do a great job of running that room, and when it comes time to compete, like we all want to win, and we're all like wired the same way in terms of competitiveness and want to. It's been really fun to see everybody's growth in that room. Beckham's growth since he first got on campus, and then also Jack Lambo, who got in at the end today. So that was really cool to see. But all those guys are doing a really good job of just getting 1% better each day, and it'll be a fun cycle in the summer with those guys as well.
What's it like to have Trace?
Yeah, really cool. I got to know Trace a little bit more last year. I got to know him a little bit when I was recruit, just when he was here training for the NFL, and then also like my first couple years here when he wasn't a coach, obviously training back and forth with the NFL. So I got to know him a little bit and pick his brain. But I'm really happy that he's a part of our offensive staff now. He's another resource for me, and I'm going to continue to ask him questions. And he's been a great help for me already coaching. And him and Danny have done a great job of managing us as quarterbacks and really giving us areas to improve on, but also just helping us with any questions that we have and putting together cut-ups for us and really just talking through a lot of different things. Really excited. Obviously, really excited for Abdul going number 3 overall, but with your question, Tyler specifically, I'm really excited just because I've known him for a while. He was my official host visit, so I've known him since I was a senior in high school, but really excited for him and his family because he's done nothing but earn that opportunity. Great family, great person, and he's going to do a lot of things for the Indianapolis Colts, and I'm really excited to see him really ball out in the future, but also all the guys that went yesterday and today as well. So really excited for their futures as well.
Have there been any ways in which Jim Knowles has maybe helped you this spring, or maybe pointed out some things to you?
Yeah, for sure. I think going against him every day is really good, just because obviously the type of defensive coordinator he is and how strategic he is and how detailed he is, and then getting to know him a little bit more. Obviously, it's been kind of a whirlwind with him trying to install the defense and that sort of thing, getting to know those guys on that side of the ball. But he's been a great addition to our staff. Really happy that he's here, and because he's pushing me every day just with the stuff that he's putting in, and he's giving me different looks and stimuli. So I'm really excited, and obviously the talent on that side of the ball is second to none. So I'm really excited to keep competing against those guys in the summer, but also fall camp.
Drew, with the spring transfer window and NIL, we see guys bouncing all over the place. You guys have been insulated against that largely. Why do you think that is?
I think it's a credit to Coach Franklin and the culture that he's built here. From the time I was a recruit, I could really feel like the culture that was here, and it was player-led, and also like the relationships between the players and the players, the coaches, and that sort of thing. So I think we're a relationship-based program and a culture. I think that shows we're a program that's going to be honest with you and help give you every single resource possible to achieve your dreams, whether that's on the field or off the field. So I think it's a really shout out to Coach Franklin and the culture that he's built, and also just the players keep continuing to drive it and make it better each day. So and that's I guess as far as I'll go on that.